Hi, it's Dr. Darren Schmidt at the Nutritional Healing Center of Ann Arbor. This video is about degrees of ketosis and the benefits that you get and how they're accelerated as you go deeper and deeper into ketosis. And this is based off the GKI, which is the glucose ketone index. I have a video on this. It's called How to Use the Precision Extra. That's the blood test that measures glucose and ketones in the blood. And so you do this math. If you're in the United States, you do glucose divided by 18.016 divided by ketones. If you get the Precision Extra and it's you're in a different country, it'll come metric already. So you don't have to do the conversion here. It's just a glucose ketone division problem. Okay, so now as you start eating more fat and dropping the protein and carbs, the ketones go up in the blood. Ketones are made from fat. So as you increase the fat, there's more fat available, and the body makes ketones from that. And the sugar then goes down, and then you have the ratio between the two. I put that in red right here, and it always starts off at 50 because the ketones start off at 0.1, which is the closest you can get to 0. And then let's say your sugar's at 95, then your ratio is going to be around 50. If you're diabetic, your ketones are 0.1, and your sugar's at 150 or higher. Now your number here is 70 or 80 or something like that. So the true goal is to get into true therapeutic ketosis. I'd say at least 4 times a year, even if it's for a day or two, and that's it. For the bare minimum, okay, that means that you're below this crossing point right here. Your ketones are higher than the sugar in the blood. So now there's this range though right here, and I have 2 resources that I'm going to refer to. The first one is this website right here, headsuphealth.com. I'll put a link on the bottom. The other resource is Dr. Thomas Seyfried, Cancer as a Metabolic Disease. So Dr. Seyfried says below 1.0 is true therapeutic ketosis. That's where you want to get if you have cancer and some other horrible chronic disease. Now headsuphealth.com says this. If you're above 9, you're not in ketosis. Anywhere between 50 to 9, you're not in ketosis. And then when you're between 6 and 9 right here, they're calling that low ketosis, and they say this is good for weight loss, maintenance, it's optimal health. And I wrote that down here, weight loss, maintenance. Now if you're below 3 and 6, if you're between 3 and 6 right here, the website says it's moderate functional ketosis, and they list it for obesity, type 2 diabetes, and insulin resistance. And that's what I put here. Your cholesterol lowers down, your sugar lowers down to reverse your diabetic condition, beginning at 3 to 6. If you're between 1 to 3, what they're saying is that it's high ketosis, therapeutic ketosis, okay, which I disagree with. And then they say it's good for epilepsy and cancer. All right, but I agree with Dr. Seyfried. You want to get below 1. Now, their research shows that ketones kill cancer cells, so that's the value of getting below 1. But another piece of research says that ketones are toxic to cancer cells even in the presence of glucose. So that's where you can be between 1 and 3 and still be killing cancer cells. And that's why this website says that between 1 to 3, it's still good for cancer. Okay, so I've had patients recently who are very disappointed that their GKI is 2, and it's consistently 1, 2, or 3, 3 weeks in a row. And I just want to let you know you're doing really, really well. That's fantastic. So don't be upset by that because you haven't gotten below 1.0. The next step to get below 1.0, really, it might be longer fasting. So if you're doing some intermittent fasting, skipping a meal a day, go 24 hours without eating, or maybe you have to go 2 days or something like that. So that next step of fasting is key for some people to get below 1.0. I've had so many people get to like 3 and 5 and 6. They're hanging around here just by doing low carb, and then splurging on some fats sometimes. Okay, so it's not that difficult to get there. The next step, the next degree of difficulty is to get over here. So that's where I'm saying don't forget the fasting part. Okay, so I hope this clears some things up. If you like this information, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and share. And if you have a question, please ask it below. And if you have anything to share with me, please post that below too in the comments section. I read these comments, and I learn a lot, and we're sharing information back and forth. This is truly a community. And I have an assistant actually answering some of my questions, some of your questions on the YouTube channel. And she's been my assistant full-time for 3 years with me, with patients. She's heard all of my answers, so she's doing a great job of answering your questions. So, but I read them too, and I answer some of the questions too. So it's both of us answering your questions. So anyways, thank you.